Hello, I'm Fiona Citkin with the fifth episode of Stories of My Life. This story is called Why Emigrate? Why emigrate is a big question and a long story. Get ready. Well, my roots in the long time enduring Ukraine have always been a source of great resilience for me. I knew the taste of success even before coming as a Fulbright Scholar to the United States. In America, though, I reinvented myself more than once and could be given an Oscar for that, really. My America life of a professional educator includes a career in academia, 2 doctorate degrees, visiting professorships in major European universities, and a full professor and chair position of the English department of Uzhhorod State University, Ukraine. Those have been my busy, happy younger years, my beautiful memories. But then I also remember feeling more and more like a stranger in my own country and being increasingly at home during my conference travels abroad. It's complicated, but let me try and answer the inevitable question of why. Why emigrate? In the early 90s, just when I came into my own as an academic and chair, many professionals, almost all post-Soviet Union intelligentsia, faced a painful choice between emigrating or being stuck in a society steeped in corruption and endemic collaborationism with those in power, that is, the KGB and government bureaucracy. I was well aware of what life was like in established democracies because I was staying with the English family during my teacher study semester at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland. Then I was a research fellow at the University of Vienna and the International Information Center for Terminology in Vienna, Austria. Then I was a frequent conference participant and a plenary speaker all over Europe, especially after my book, Terminology and Translation, came out to critical and professional acclaim. So it was a poignant awareness of the quality of life in the West versus bad to worse prospects of life in Ukraine that was wearing me down. Certainly, it was not a material need that made me emigrate. Simply put, it was a desire to have my free-spirited daughter Helen grow up in a country where she would earn everything she deserved through her own efforts, not because of conformism, bribes, or her parents' connections. I jumped the immigration gun with but a vague idea of what we'd have to go through. Honestly, I would do this again for my family and myself and hang the hardships. Anyhow, to America we went, conducting my Fulbright research at Kent State University, Ohio, among the colleagues who knew me through the European conferences. I started establishing myself in the US academic circles. Soon, however, my husband got a job offer he could not refuse, and my academic career became history. We moved from Kent, Ohio in the Midwest to New York, where academic positions were harder to get. At the beginning, life there looked for me like finding my way in pitch dark, and my survival spirit kicked in. Fearless out of necessity and eager to try something new in a new country, I was changing jobs like gloves or shoes and became in turn a public relations manager at a global corporation, director of Berlitz, and then regional director of FGI. The temptation to jump at the better opportunities was overwhelming, absolutely overwhelming, as my career and my family needed money. After I learned enough about American business to start my own intercultural consulting company called Expert MS Inc., I got what I always wanted, something meaningful to do and something that let me more or less pay rent and travel. What helped? First of all, my husband, Alex, was a good help, the greatest help in the world. Then my multicultural background certainly enhanced my consulting work. Here's something to remember. My mother, a natural to long-term thinking, never approved me switching from academia to God knows what, as she referred to my corporate positions and later my consultancy. She loved me being a solid university academic, that's it. However, as time went by, she appreciated the outcomes of our not so orderly immigration strategies. Intelligent consultant friends visiting our home, our traveling the US and the world for business and pleasure, our daughter Helen completing her PhD at Cornell, an Ivy League university, and my new book, Transformational Diversity, that made her very proud. My mom also appreciated my husband, Alex, becoming a chief information officer of a big telecom company. And she liked our beautiful home in New Jersey. Without ever praising me for anything, never ever, which is cultural, not personal. My mom, my toughest critic of all, silently acknowledged that I might have done something right when replanting my family in America. As for me, out of all my fulfilled needs in immigration, I mostly value self-actualization, topping survival, belonging, and esteem. I made it all. Today, I feel well established in America, but not so much as to forget where I came from. It was extremely hard to restart life from scratch, and my compassion to all those vulnerable and virtually voiceless immigrants translated into the ability to coach others and put thoughts to paper in 2 books. In How They Made It in America book, I share what my life and my book subjects' lives taught me. So, if you want to immigrate America, remember 2. 1, develop a high tolerance to ambiguity. 2, have a well-ordered sense of priorities. And the last but not the least, 3, remain resilient. Resilience is your secret strategic weapon. Thanks for listening. More later in the next episodes of Stories of My Life series. I also ask you to subscribe to the Braid channel, joining over 15,000 existing subscribers. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.